So my name is Rodrigo Sierra Corona. I'm the Director of Stewardship for the Santa Lucia Conservancy. At the preserve used to be a cattle ranch pretty much until the late 90s. And after the livestock got removed to start this new phase of the preserve as a conservation community, at the beginning, the conservancy and the preserve members noticed a recovery on the grasslands. Like they had like more flowers, species start to rebound, like a lot of natives start to be shown. But by 2011, 2012, the grasses were start to look like pretty gray, really oxidized, a lot of organic matter accumulated, and there was some recognition that something needs to be done with the grasslands. They were losing kind of like their vitality and their richness. So that's when cattle got reintroduced into the system, and pretty much the objectives were to remove all the accumulated organic matter, kind of like make space for light and growth to happen again. And it started with a modest, like 30 cows size, and kind of like moving slowly through the preserve. And the results up to date have been pretty encouraging on like the increase on wildflowers and native species, and it's kind of like how the cycle is kind of like going back to be like a healthy functional ecosystem again. So the grazing program started in 2013, and it's a pretty unique approach to grazing and conservation. Mostly conservation and grazing are really hard to put in the same phrase. In most of our continent and most of the world where cattle ranching is happening, it ends leading to overgrazing. This is having more cows than the system can support within kind of like healthy limits. And you end up degrading the system. You start reducing species and completely changing the composition and making the place really homogeneous, affecting the productivity, all because of the gains. And the way the grazing system works pretty much is like the cows are a tool to bring kind of like disturbance back to the grasslands. Like grasslands are ecosystems that are always in the edges. So grasslands sometimes want to be forests, sometimes they want to be deserts, and there's always something that keeps them there. Like it could be fire, it could be herbivory, it could be just like a little bit of more rainfall for them to be a desert, and just not enough for them to be a forest. So they're always like in these tiny ranges where a shift can just turn them into a different thing fairly easy. So in California, mostly fire has been proved to be one of the main factors that makes grasslands to exist here. So remember, like if you remove fire, most of grasslands will have enough rain to turn into a shrubland and then go from there to an oak forest and so on, like I'm in coastal California. So burning, it's an option, but it's not so easy to kind of like deploy. Like there's a lot of considerations. Grazing can bring some of those effects on like removing dead vegetation, do some sort of a mowing service, and then while doing that, you can bring nutrients back through urine and all the cow dung that it got deposited to the system. So pretty much it's kind of like bringing a disturbance that can help the system to go to a place where we want the system to go.